Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we've been decoding the Bible extractions, and so far we've got them to go through stock market or finance. We got them to go through genetics and medical, and forwards and backwards. And now we're to chemical. And in this one, I found something that I missed before, but don't worry because I have looked into it, and I will be providing links for it, and I'll get to it in a minute. But we started. I'll provide a link below of how we got these extractions. It takes a while to get them. INWFAYLRSPASEDBHWHTESPASSAGAINSTS DBRMATCOUCHWINKINSBOTTL. All right, and here they are. If you want to pause it and look at it or write it down for yourself, they should all be there. And pause that. Got a lot to get to again, but we're going to try to get through it quickly. If you start with I, you got I chemical. They buy research chemicals, it says. You also have I Chemical Company Ltd. All right, so you got a couple chemical companies going on there. Moving on from that, you got NWF, which ends up being National Wildlife Federation again, and we circled them again. And I will provide this search, guys. They talk a lot about chemicals, going chemical free. And it says something here about recent studies of these chemicals, so they're clearly studying the chemicals before declaring chemical warfare on your lawn. And now they're mentioning chemical warfare, but on your lawn. But yeah, you got in the National Wildlife Federation apparently studies in chemicals as well, and we've got them circled again. Move on from that, you got AYO, and you get Daniel AYO Chemical Engineering. And that's not all, guys. I might have to provide this search because you get Daniel AYO, you get AYO QE, University of Portland, Department of Chemical Engineering, or expertise in chemical engineering. So there's another guy that's experts in chemical engineering. You got here's Professor at AYO Ogunyi, Professor Chair in Chemical Engineering. So you got several things: the Chemical Trade Journal and Oil Paint Color Review. You got Chemical Engineering Journal, and yeah, Benat Perdera AYO. So you got a lot of chemical engineering stuff here, and this actually goes on for a few pages of chemical engineering with AYO. But moving on from that, you've got NE, and that winds up being neon in the periodic table of elements. We've already read about neon in a previous video, so I'm not really going to read about it, but I'll provide the link. And if you move on from that, neon, you have LR. Somehow I've got LR here, guys, and I've got LRS. So LR is Lawrencium on the periodic table of elements, and it's a radioactive metal of which only a few atoms have ever been created. So anyway, I'm not going to read too much about it, but it's there. It's LR. I apparently didn't write it down in order, but it was the next thing here. Yes, it certainly was. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I closed it now, and I'll have to get it back up. So, moving on from that, you get SP, and that ends up being SP Chemicals Ltd. In Singapore. You got SP Chemical Holdings. All right, so no more chemical companies. If you move on from that, you have LRS. All right, and LRS is Laboratory Resource and Solutions. LRS is also LRS Chemical Products in the UK, and LRS is also Lactyl tRNA synthetase, LRS. So that deals with RNA. And of course, we already did LR, which I'll have to get that link back up, guys, because I accidentally closed it. I got a lot of windows open. So if you move on from that, you have PASE, and that is PASE Earth Observing Lab, and PASE Chemical Corporation, both. And that's your LRS, which I went through. PASE Earth Observing Lab, the Pacific Atmospheric Sulfur Experiment. PASE is a comprehensive study of the chemistry of sulfur in the remote marine troposphere. And PASE Chemical Corporation, they are a chemical company. I don't see a lot about them. You also have PASE Group. They deal with paint and coatings, chemical, petroleum, personal care. So there's a few things going on with PASE too, guys. All right. If you move on from that, you have ASE. You get ASE Chemicals, and ASE also stands for ASE Accelerated Solvent Extraction. All right. So ASE Chemicals and Accelerated Solvent Extraction. And I'm gonna try to keep going, guys, because there's a lot to get through. If you get past that, I'll provide these links though, and if you get past that, you end up with SDB. And SDB ends up being a cannabinoid, SDB005 and SDB006. It's a cannabinoid, it's in cannabis. You also have SDB Manufacturing Company, and they are a chemical manufacturing company. SDB Chemical Manufacturing Company. All right. So if you move on from that, you end up with HWH, which ends up being HWH Environmental. And they deal with chemical waste disposal. All right. And if you move on from that, you have H, that's hydrogen on the periodic table of elements. All right. You got PTE if you move on from that. Oh, that's periodic table of elements that I did myself. Then you got HW, guys. And HW ends up being chemical engineering staff at Hyatt-Watt University. Ah, so there's just some more chemical engineering. Wherever I got that. There it is. All right, and that was hydrogen. So then there's the chemical engineering staff. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. And if you move on from that, you get Te, which is tellurium on the periodic table of elements. It's a semi-metal used or usually obtained as a gray powder. And it's used in alloys, copper, and I'm not going to read about semiconductor applications, guys, but I'm going to let you guys read about it because I don't want this to be another 30-minute video if we can help it. So moving on from that, you wind up with TES, which ends up being triethylsilane, and it's a buffer. And I got it here. I got a link about it. You can see all about it. I'm going to move on. And then the next thing you have is PA, which ends up being proactinium on the periodic table of elements. That's PA. Silvery radioactive metal, little used outside of research. So we got those before. Then if you've got SS, you have Southern States Chemical and SS Chemicals. So you got two chemical companies out of SS. Then if you go to AG, you get AG Chemical Solutions. AG is also silver on the periodic table of elements. All right. Then if you back that up and take AGA, you get AGA Chemicals Incorporated. You also get Diana Aga, AGA, expert in chemical pollution. All right. Now we're to my mistake, guys. I've seen this and I went by it before. You have AI in here. All right. Now I've run, excuse me. Now I've run AI through now. I saw it, artificial intelligence, right? Duh, it was right in front of my face. Well, here's the thing. I ran it in genetics just now, and it ran lots of things. I've ran it now in the medical category, got lots of things. And now I'm running it in the chemical category, got lots of things. I ran it in the stock market, finance category, and got a different company. But AI is in here. So I'm going to provide AI, making chemistry predictions. So AI in chemistry world, artificial intelligence. And they've got, guys, literally we got, I'll have to provide this link. But we have literally got AGA, I'm kind of behind because okay, researchers put AI to work making chemistry predictions. Artificial intelligence in chemistry and Science Direct. AI robots tests, predicts, and even discovers reactions. Artificial intelligence chemistry world. Listen, AI robot mixes chemicals to discover reactions. That's nature.com. So there is just a ton of stuff here. IBM launches free AI tool in the cloud for predicting chemical reactions. All right, so I'm just going to provide this search, guys. All right. And I will get around to bringing, or I might provide it here and show you guys the list of AI hits that we got on the other categories as well. So anyhow, if we move on from that, you get NS, and that is NS chemicals. You also get nitrogen sulfide. All right. And if you have TS, if you move on from that, you have tennescine on the periodic table of elements. We've had that before. You also have tosyl, which is a chemical compound, which we've had before. If you move on from that, you have DBR, which is deuterium bromide. And that is a chemical compound, I believe. Then you go and you have RMAT. And RMAT, you get regenerative medicine, advanced therapy. Again, and why not? What's in medicine but chemicals as well? So I'm not really surprised we got that again. Then you take CO and you get cobalt on the periodic table of elements. All right. UCH ends up being UC Health Toxicology Clinic. All right, so that's there. And they deal with chemical exposure. Then WI ends up being chemical and biological engineering. at the University of Wisconsin. All right, and I will provide that link, or maybe even the search. NKI then ends up being Netherlands Cancer Institute again, and once again I circled them to look at later. And as we go, and here they are again. So then SB ends up being antimony on the periodic table of elements, and its chemical symbol is SB. And if you do OTTL, you get Office of Technology and Transfers and Licensing again, and we got that before. You also have DNA encoded molecules provide a new edge in cancer drug hunts, and they lack the readout says Ottel, an expert on DNA encoded libraries and a member of the chemical biology and therapeutics team at the actually there's a person, Ottel. So you got a few things going on with this. There's another Ottel in vitro aging behavior of dental composites, considering the okay. How about Johannes Ottel's research works? Design, synthesis, and spectroscopic and chemical properties. That's Johannes Ottel. Is DNA encoded library chemistry. So that was Johannes Ottel. And so you got a few things going on there. I might just provide the search, and if I can't provide them all, then I'll provide the ones I can't in the comments. I'll pin it, and that gets you through going forwards in chemicals. And again, at some point, I will provide the AI hits on the genetics and the AI hits on the medical and the AI hits, because I saw it, but I didn't realize, I didn't put it together to run AI. But now I have, and oh my. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. That's Forwards Chemical. We will do our best to come back in Chemical sometime maybe tomorrow. So thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscription, guys. And thanks for watching. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your evening.